Hello everyone, I am Gomati from the Department of English. Now I am explaining about a short story Sultana's Dream by Begum Rokeya. Begum Rokeya was also known as Rokeya Sahkawat Hossain. She was born on 9 December 1880 in Paraban, Bangladesh and died on 9th December 1932 in Kolkata, West Bengal. Sultana's Dream was published in the year 1905. She is a feminist thinker, educator, teacher, writer, professor, and a political activist. Sultana's Dream is a science fiction short story first published in the Indian Ladies magazine. She was born into an upper class family in Bengal. Rokeya was educated by her father, who taught her and sister Arabic, Persian, English, and Bengali. Rokeya was a fervent advocate for the woman's right to education and spent much of her life in writing essays, novels, short stories that involves the themes of the woman's right, feminism, gender and inequality. Begum Rokeya's works are Sultana's Dream in 1905, Batmarak in 1924, Motichur first volume of essay 1904 and Motichur second volume of essay in 1922, Abaradak Basni in 1931. The characters in the story. Sultana. Sultana is the narrator and the central character of the story. In her imagination, she reaches a place called a Ladyland. Ladyland is a place where women have the freedom to study, work and create inventions. The next character is Sister Sarah. Sultana is taken through the Ladyland by Sister Sarah, a resident of the Ladyland, who talks about technological advancement and made possible by the woman's brain power. The next character is the Queen. The Queen of Ladyland, who rules using the pacifist strategies and desire to transform the Ladyland into a garden. The next character is the Man. There is no individual male character named in the story. The men are present when Sister Sarah explained how Ladyland is structured with the men residing in the resisted areas called Mardana. The last character is the Lady Principal. The Lady Principal is a scientist who is responsible for the Ladyland's original victory and she is the main reason our men are kept in the Zenana. The outline story. Sultana's Dream by Begum Rokeya is a feminist utopian short story that envisions a world where gender roles are reversed. The story is set in a dream world. The protagonist of the story is Sultana and the novel portrays a world in which a woman rules the world and men are the subordinate being. Now let's move into the short story Sultana's Dream. Sultana lounging in a chair and thinking about the conditions of the Indian womanhood. She was wide awake and saw the moonlit sky sparkling with the thousands of diamond-like stars. Suddenly, a lady entered into the room, catching the Sultana's attention. Mistakenly, Sultana believed that the lady was her friend Sister Sarah, and Sister Sarah invited her to step outside and admire the garden. Although Sultana is nervous to go outside because a woman who is practicing parda unable to go outside into the spaces with the men. Sultana's continued calling the lady as Sister Sarah and joined her on the unexpected journey through a place called a Ladyland. The whole place looks like a garden and each and every step Sultana felt like walking on a soft carpet. Sister Sarah shows Sultana around the country, explaining all the technical advancements and improvements that women have been able to make. In the Ladyland, they move around the flying cars, automated agriculture using electricity. There are no longer any vehicle or the public transportation accidents and the crime has been entirely eliminated in the country. Sultana suddenly noticed there were no men and asked where they were. To Sarah replied in the proper places, referring to the customs of the confining men in Zenana. Sister Sarah revealed the customs of the Ladyland that she never heard before. She mentioned, we enclosed the men in Zenana. Zenana is a house where in the ancient days women were kept safe inside that place. After hearing this, Sultana burst into a laugh and Sister Sarah argued that it was unjust to imprison a harmless woman while men roam freely. It is like letting a crazy people free and keeping the sane people locked up. In Ladyland, women lived peacefully and having enough time for their regular work, laboratories, and hobbies like embroidery. But in India, the man is allowed and masters and seizing the all powers and privileges and confining the woman into the zenana. Sister Sarah asked why she allowed herself to confined. Sultanas replied, because they are stronger than women. It is worth nothing. Then, even though a lion is stronger than a man, it does not dominate the human race. According to Sister Sarah, a woman were more efficient workers. By reaching the Sarah's house, it was like a beautiful heart-shaped garden. The house was cooler and nicer than any of the rich building. The kitchen contained a beautiful vegetable garden, and Sultana found there was no smoke or chimney in the kitchen, and it looked clean and bright. There is no sign of coal or fire, so she wants to know how they cook. To Sister Sarah replied they use solar heat, pointing to the pipe which passed the concentrated sunlight and heat. Sister Sarah cooked something to show how the process, and Sultana was curious about the invention and asked her how do they gather and store up the heat. Sister Sarah began to recount the history. 30 years ago, a queen ascended the throne at the age of 13, and she mandated the education of all women in the Ladyland. Education spread far and wide. Yearly marriages were also stopped. The two universities were established where men were not admitted. One of the university invented a wonderful water balloon. That invention helps to extract water from the atmosphere. By hearing this, the other university developed the device to collect the sun heat. While the women are busy in their scientific research, the men in the country were busy increasing their military power. When the men learned of the scientific advancement, they only laughed and called them as a sentimental nightmare. Sultana inquired about their strategy of confining the men to zenana. She admitted that men are physically stronger, even their brain are heavier than women's, but women's brain are somewhat quicker than men. 10 years ago, a military officer called the scientific invention as a sentimental nightmare, but both the university principal were not immediately responded. They patiently waited for their right moment. Suddenly, a neighboring country took shelter in the Ladyland, and they started to trouble the country, and the foreign enemy initiated a war. The Ladyland soldier fought bravely, however the enemy were strong. The foreign army moved step by step to invade the country. The queen arranged a meeting with the wise ladies to devise a strategy. Some proposed fighting like soldiers and some were disagreed to that point. And one of the female scientists, referred as a lady principal, proposed to queen that if they won the war, the queen should confine all men to zenana. The queen were agreed, and nearly 2,000 students entered into the battlefield and directing the concentrated sunlight towards the enemy, and they cannot bear the heat and they all ran away. While men were busy fighting the war using the physical violence, the women utilized the solar heat weapon and they won the war and imprisoning the men into the zenana. After their victory, the women were able to develop the Ladyland as a female-only society. After hearing this, Sultana, eager to meet the royal highness, and Sister Sarah utilized the yarkar to travel from one place to another. So Sultana was introduced to the queen, and the woman in the Ladyland practices a religion found from love and truth. The queen greets them and tells the narrator about their trade. The queen refused to trade with any country where women continued to kept in zenana. Sultana is amazed at the utopian qualities of the Ladyland, and after touring around their laboratories, universities, she falls asleep on Sister Sarah's flying car, and she can only wake up in their Calcutta home. Sultana waking up from dream and realizing that she is still in the bedroom thinking about the conditions of the woman. The themes. The gender role reversed. The story present a world where traditional gender roles are completely reversed. Women hold the positions of the power and authority while men are confined to the domestic sphere. The next theme is technology and progress. Sultana Dream is set in the futuristic society where advanced technology such as solar power is used in that ladyland. And the next theme is freedom and empowerment. The story highlights the freedom and empowerment of the woman in this utopian world. Women have the autonomy to make the decision and pursue educations and engage in the various activities, etc. And the next theme is peace and harmony. The society in the story is depicted as peaceful and harmonious. There is no conflict or crime or violence happen in that ladyland. And the last theme is religious tolerance. The story also portrays a religious tolerance with the peoples of the different faith living together peacefully. This theme promotes the idea of the society based on equality and a mutual respect can foster religious harmony. Now, the story encourages a reader to rethink the traditional gender roles and envisions a more equitable and inclusive world. Thank you.